Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and welcome to a brand new solo Let's Play. And yes, we are bringing back the solo Let's Plays once again, and this time around, we're going to be diving into one of the 3 solo projects that I will be bringing on over here to that channel, and that, of course, is going to be with Echoes of Wisdom. And I'm glad to go and do this series for you guys. I know that this has been a long time coming. I know that I haven't really went and done an episode for this series within the last year, because I know that that's when that game actually got dropped. And I know that I did have like other type of projects in the works, like I still had like the Rayman series and other things else that was going on for like those Prox guys before, so I couldn't really go and actually get myself into the said type of stuff that was going to be here for Echoes of Wisdom. But I'm glad to go and finally say that here within the beginning of the 2025 year, I could go and say that we're going to be delving into this Zelda game on the Switch, and I am super pumped to go and see what this is all about. If you guys don't know, this is actually going to be a Zelda-based game where you don't really have like Link as much that's going to happen here. Now, I know that from what I've heard is that you can go and use Link in other different situations that's going to happen. So currently, for right now, since we are playing as Link at this moment, we are going to have to face off with Ganondorf here. Now, I think later on, maybe like later on, like at the tail end of the game, or maybe somewhere around there, we should be able to go and play as Link as well too. But majority of the time, we're going to be using Zelda, and I did hear that there is like different like customizations that you could go and do with Zelda as well. So that would be really cool to go and see what type of outfits that we could be able to go and give to her. And now, if you never really went out of your way to like play through Link's Awakening on the Nintendo Switch, this game kind of deals and kind of revolves around with a little bit of the type of design that we're kind of going here within this game as well too. And I kind of have a funny feeling that I kind of feel like this type of like Echoes of Wisdom game is kind of something that should have probably been used as like an expansion or something for what Link's Awakening on the Switch was. And maybe for what was going on, maybe Nintendo just never decided to ever go and implement that into the game or something, because maybe they just want to just make it into their own thing. Because like, I don't know if you guys ever heard about the story within like Mario Galaxy 2, but originally before, that was supposed to be as like some sort of like expansion or whatever into the actual Mario Galaxy game. But instead, what Nintendo decided was that, hey, you know what, let's actually make Mario Galaxy 2 as its own type of like standalone game, and that's what we got. And instead of it being like somewhat of an expansion to it, we actually got somewhat of a different game within there. So we got like the sequel for it. And I kind of feel like within this game, it kind of feels like this should be like somewhat of like an expansion DLC for what the Link's Awakening on the Switch would have been like. But instead, Nintendo just went and did this here. But anyways, we got ourselves with a battle with Ganondorf, so let's go and do it. We got Pig Ganon out here, and if you ever went and played through Link's Awakening, or even through like Link to the Past, you may probably know how this battle kind of goes. You just want to make sure that you at least try to dodge around the attacks as best as you can, and try not to get hit, like what I'm trying to do, but... Yeah, this man likes to do his long type of spear attack and whatnot, but later on he will actually start setting up with his glowing green, or, well, sorry, not glowing green orbs, but the glowing golden orbs that he'll be sending out with, and you have to try and launch that right back to him. Classic Zelda type of boss battle with Ganon right there. And we went and hit him there, so that should at least somewhat stun him, but he is going to get a little bit more agitated, so we will have to go and continue onwards within the fight here. Now, if you guys don't know, originally before, Zelda actually did have a actual set type of game to herself, but it wasn't really as prominent of how Echoes of Wisdom is, unfortunately. Originally, if you guys don't know about the 3DO situation, I think that's what it was originally for, or the CDI games, I believe. Yeah, I think that, I don't think it's a 3DO, it's the Panasonic CDI games. But originally before, if you guys don't know, Nintendo and PlayStation used to work together, and there used to be a thing known as the Nintendo PlayStation. That thing was not really something that was getting like produced within like like they were trying to sell it, but I guess for whatever reason, Nintendo and Sony had kind of somewhat of like a falling out. So the Nintendo PlayStation wasn't really ever like getting sold out to people. But there is like an actual product that you can get of a Nintendo PlayStation. But those things like on eBay, if you ever do come across with one, are like thousands upon thousands of dollars. It's insane. I think there's only like a few games I think that they kind of had that were like beta put into there, but not like officially like type of licensed by it. But that's how we later on got like the PlayStation and whatnot, and that happened like I want to say throughout that time later on. But then we also kind of ran into a situation where Nintendo went and decided to go and I think work with Philips, I believe, to create the CDI and have different other said Nintendo licensed games for that. And there was like a different set type of trilogy of games that were based around with having I think there was like 2 Zelda games and I think 1 Link game in particular, and all of them are completely trash. I would strongly recommend that if you ever are going to come across with a Philips CDI and you do want to play those games, have fun at it, but those games are just not great. They are cringy, but there is a lot of memes that have went on within those time frames because of just how cringy some of those cutscene segments are. But I'm glad that here, after we got out of that whole annoying CDI Philips based type of console there, and many years after the fact, we now do have an actual good, somewhat Zelda game here, which I'm super happy about. So, and that's all that I have to go and worry about. Alright, so just keep on following this random golden type of whisk. I know that we just went and just did Ori here within these 2 videos with our time. If you guys don't know, we just went and did Ori, and we had to go and have our own type of golden whisk here. So, looks like there's going to be tons of whisks around within this area. So, just have to keep on following where this type of thing is going to be, and where'd it go? It just like completely disappeared. But after that complete craziness that just went on and happened, we got that whole type of weird purple dimension-y type of stuff. Now, later on, we will be able to go and jump into all of that. Just that for right now, I don't think we'll be able to go and do it at the moment. But that area, like, when I went and saw, like, the trailer for this, like, originally before, I always thought that seeing that weird purplish dimension kind of felt like almost like playing through, like, original Pokemon Platinum. Going through, like, the distortion world and kind of seeing everything, like, all in this weird type of, like, jumbled up state. Maybe throughout our travels, maybe we will come across with Giratina in there. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, welcome to Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And what a weird type of way to get ourselves started into it, right? Like, normally before, like, whenever we go and play through a Legend of Zelda game, normally they would give us a launch title screen, and then we could go and access into stuff. But I know that they're kind of somewhat tailing away from all of that, because I believe when we went and did the Tears of the Kingdom series, they never really had, like, an actual said type of title screen, or, well, actually, yeah, they did. They did have a title screen, but then you kind of, like, jumped into, like, the actual said part of the game into doing that, like, Hyrule's type of stuff with Zelda there. So yeah, I guess Tears of the Kingdom, you did have like a tile screen there, but here for this one, completely different. Don't really have a set type of start screen for that. So that's something new right there. And not to worry, I believe this game does actually have both with autosave and also with regular saving as well. So just like how Tears of the Kingdom was, or within Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch, you do actually have both of those 2 saving functions. So if you ever are in need, like me, if you are a YouTuber or a content creator, you do actually have the manual saves, which those are always great to go and have. And looks like we're back here in Castletown. And I guess we could go and talk to one of the soldiers, because we don't know exactly what the heck some of these different rifts are. So I don't think we really want to go and touch that right now. So yeah, let's just keep on moving. We have to go and head directly to the castle. Oh, here we go. Here's something classic. I believe that's also from Link to the Past as well. And also with Link's Awakening, that's where you can use that little special type of cuckoo type of bird there. And you can also go and like use your ocarina and stuff. You can actually fly between those. But I'm pretty sure that this game is going to be working a little bit different than that. So pretty certain that I don't think we'll probably have our own said type of ocarina yet. But again, I don't really know too much about it, because I never really wanted to go like too much in depth into the actual said game. So I don't really know anything else that happens within the story. So I kind of am going a little bit blind. But if you guys don't know about how I normally go and do my YouTube channel stuff, and with the way of how I do my Let's Plays is that normally whenever I go and do any type of these like post-recording stuff, like whenever I go through like the first part of like an episode or any type of episode for that matter, I only know about just the stuff that is going on within here of this particular video. So that's all that I really do know at this point in time. So, but again, you guys can always go and give me like tips or tricks or anything about that there. I know that you guys may have probably went and completed this game already so far as well too in the process. But if you guys do have anything to let me know about throughout what's going on throughout this series, that would be greatly appreciated and whatnot. And just want to say as well too, if you guys don't know, we have finally went and hit all the way up to 725 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for going and stopping by and showing quite a bit of support for the other different series that are happening. And I know that like with me doing variety content and other stuff like that, there's plenty of for what you guys could go and check around with. So if you guys are fans of seeing me do any type of reviews and stuff and whatnot, and that's something what you guys enjoy, that's great as well. If you guys do like seeing just like the regular type of Let's Plays or like the guide based informal type of things that go on within this channel as well, that's always cool as well. But now, for what we actually do have here is that we actually do have some of these shadow type of weird distortion enemies that just went and showed up. So that's going to be a little bit wild. But we don't even have our own weapon yet, so we can't even do anything with those enemies at this point in time. Unfortunately, we're just Zelda. We're just kind of just like, we're kind of like just not really doing anything at this point. Now, I did see something really cool that I know that throughout like the trailer or something, like at some point we will be able to have like this special type of form of Zelda, which then I think we'll be able to like use her with like some sort of like sword type of ability that will happen. Now, I think you could only use it for like a limited amount of time, but I'm pretty certain later on you could actually be able to I think upgrade it a little bit more or something like that. So I could be wrong. Somebody could probably go and explain that a little bit better than I do, but oh no, unfortunately, the King of Hyrule and the rest of the other assistants there, or, well, I guess like the general and the other person that was there, unfortunately got all turned into these type of shadow formations of themselves, and they're not going to be in the right type of state of mind. And I guess what they're going to do is basically kind of treat us like complete crap, and then actually bring us right to our own jail cell at this point in time, which that just sucks. It's like, what the heck? Yeah, so it looks like they really don't like us now. Oh, man. What? We just got ourselves out of that annoying crystal, and then you put us into another type of problem. Jeez. Man, it feels like I'm here in Mario Sunshine all over again, you know? It's like Mario went and just showed up to like Delfino Island, you know, to have like a good vacation time and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden freaking Shadow Mario starts causing up grief and other things that go on around there and causing up ink and splattering it all over the place, and then those freaking Piantas go and blame Mario for all that stuff here. And now here in Echoes of Wisdom, now we're getting blamed for something that we did do, even though that we're never the ones that actually created the rift in the first place. You should blame it on Link. He's the one that went and shoot the freaking arrow in the first place, man. Come on. Wow, these soldiers are a little bit clumsy, I have to say so myself. Well, I wouldn't really say clumsy. They're more sort of stupid. That should be the word right there. But welcome to the new character that's going to be here, and our tag-along partner for our rest of our journey. This is going to be known as Try, and she's going to be a said type of member that will actually give us a said type of wand that's going to be, and this is what the whole game is all going to be about. We're going to be using from time to time is this wand that will be able to basically clone stuff, and we can use that to our advantage by making different like obstacles or other type of things to at least somewhat help us get into other other ledges or other different things that will happen later on within the game. And we're going to get ourselves started with the first of many. And if you guys do see that desk right there, or that little tabletop, that is going to be the first of many stuff that we are going to be able to clone. And we do have to find an exit point out of here. Well, at least for what is going on for right now, there is an exit point that is just around within the left-hand side of our way. And that should be able to take us right over to the other side jail cell that's actually opened up to us. So we got the tri-rod here. Okay, let's go and put this to the test. So we have to go and use the ZR button, and that should basically absorb this tabletop that's right here, and we should be then able to do whatever we need to do with that. So there we go. Our very first actual echo that's here is now going to be able to get used at any given point. Now, later on, there will be like enemies and stuff, and we will be able to go and use them. And I believe you can also use those type of said enemies as our partners as well to at least do some damage to some other enemies that'll be around later. So at least, like, even though that Zelda can't really go and do too much fighting around, at least she'll be having echoes that will be kind of doing the fighting for us. And I'm really excited to see what these bosses are going to be like while we actually do use this type of tri-rod type of item that's going to be here. I know that there was like a trailer or something where like there was a boss battle going on, and I believe like Zelda was just able to go and like kind of like basically echo up a set type of bed and just be able to just fall asleep during the actual set of boss battle that's going on. Alright, so it looks like for what we're going to have to do here is that we're going to have to create our own type of little portable ledge here to at least somewhat get ourselves all the way up into this type of spot and at least dodge around from those type of said soldiers. So kind of almost like in a way of like how Ocarina of Time was when we were Link and having to dodge around with these soldiers. Now we're going to have to be Zelda and dodge around here. So we want to go and access where these said type of crates are going to be. This is our next echo. And now for what is going to happen here is that, like, we're going to have to use this said type of crate and block one of the other said soldiers from trying to access throughout the other said area, well, within the way of our walking part here. Because it seems like even if you try to walk around, one of the soldiers are going to be able to go and hear exactly where you're going to be, and they'll try to catch up to you, and they'll throw you back into the prison. So you don't really want to be doing that. Just trying to just normally walk. You want to at least put some sort of crate or something that is going to be down and around over here that won't really cause too much of a problem. Yeah, so even when you're just like normally walking, one of them will actually spot you out, and even though that we are going to be hearing throughout this segment that guard's still going to go and still toss us through, which that's kind of like that's still like pretty frustrating, you know, like we just went and crossed through that whole entire area, but the soldier still like tosses us through. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, now he's just concerned about how the heck we got out of there. Well, we had this brand new rod here, but I'm not going to tell you anything about that. Okay, so far we'll put a stop to that. We're going to go ahead and right around over here. We already got the segment for what we do need with that part. Now we just have to dodge around from this guy. But now we're going to have our third echo so far. And this third echo is actually going to give us a said type of vase. Now, for what this vase is going to be all about is that we can actually make, like, kind of, I guess, like, type of sounds that will kind of distract the said type of soldier from kind of just doing his job. So that would be really nice to go and do. So it looks like we kind of have a little bit of some Far Cry in us as well, because just trying to at least make sure that we distract some of these guys so that we can continue onwards throughout the escape route here. So we're just going to go and toss one over to the wall there. You should be able to at least somewhat start walking around and figure out what the heck is going on. We're going to have to do that again. Maybe just throw it right at the floor, maybe. There we go. Okay, so we're going to toss it over there. Make sure that guy just kind of walks off into another different way. And now we got another one of these soldiers here. So just like from before, just need to find a spot where what we can be able to go and do here with these echoes. Yeah, just throw it right at the wall there. And go right around, and I think we are done. Nice. We went through most of everything that we needed to do, and we should be meeting up with Impa here. At least Impa is like somewhat, hopefully going to be normal. I know that the King of Hyrule is not normal. That man has been literally trying to go out of his way to try to kill us to get ourselves a game over. That's not cool. What's going on here? So yeah, so it looks like we kind of had to get ourselves introduced to try and meet up with Impa here, so that Impa can also go and know who this try character is all about. But I think we are going to be meeting up with some soldiers as well, which we are going to have to get ourselves a little bit stuck. But not to worry, I believe Impa will actually save the day out here for us. Now, she is going to give us some sort of specialized clothing now that we can kind of use within our way of our adventure. And it seems like we are going to have to get ourselves changed anyways. So just like how in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, we can't really go and see what Peach is going on with behind the scenes there. So spin around quickly by pressing the R button. Okay, so it looks like I guess we have some sort of spinning power now, kind of like what Link has. And I think for right now, for what we're going to do is actually end off with this episode for today. And I'll let this game kind of go and play off for what it needs to be here. But thank you guys so much for going and stopping by within our time of the Legend of Zelda, the Echoes of Wisdom series. This is the first episode that we're going to be doing, but I can't wait till we go and experience this game a little bit more throughout our time. And I'm super excited to see what else that we're going to be running on into next. So see you guys then, and in peace.